You know, life has a funny way of reminding us what really matters. When we're young, we chase strength, speed, success. But as the years pass, something changes quietly. We begin to realize that true strength isn't in how far we walk, but in how deeply we can still feel each step. This video isn't about pushing harder or doing more. It's about something gentler, something wiser. It's about learning to move and to rest with gratitude, because every breath you take, every small motion you make, is your body's way of saying, I'm still here and I still care. So, take a deep breath with me. Slow down. Let's rediscover together how healing begins. Not from effort, but from kindness to ourselves. You know, after more than 12,000 surgeries, after looking into the eyes of thousands of older patients, I've learned something most people don't want to believe. Walking, yes, walking. The exercise we've been told for decades is the safest and healthiest for seniors, is silently damaging millions of knees, hips, and spines around the world. I know that sounds shocking. It even sounded wrong to me the first time I noticed it. For years, I watched my patients, good people, who walked every single day, sometimes 10,000 steps or more. And yet, they came to my clinic with inflamed joints, fractured knees, and cartilage so worn down that their bones scraped together like sandpaper. They were doing everything right and still losing their mobility. You see, the truth is simple but uncomfortable. Walking does help your heart, but it's never been enough to protect your joints. Every step you take after 60 creates microshocks, tiny impacts that slowly erode the very structures meant to support you. And here's the part nobody talks about. The walking industry, from shoe brands to fitness trackers, is a $300 billion business. Every advertisement you see, every slogan that says just keep walking, it's not always about your health. It's about profit. Because the longer you believe walking alone will save your health, the more shoes you'll buy, the more trackers you'll wear, and yes, the more painkillers you'll eventually need. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to tell you the truth that the operating room has taught me again and again. Movement is medicine, but not all movement heals. The key isn't walking more. It's walking smarter. Learning to move in ways that strengthen, not strain. To build your body from the inside out. Not wear it down step by step. Because your joints, your spine, your muscles, they remember everything. Every habit. Every impact. Every choice. And when you learn to move with intention, with awareness, your body begins to heal. No matter your age. So today I want to take you beyond the myth. Beyond the billion-dollar slogans, to the truth of what really keeps your body strong. After 60, take a deep breath with me, and let's begin. You know, sometimes I think about how many of us were told the same simple message all our lives. Just keep moving, keep walking, and you'll stay healthy. But after years in the operating room, I've come to see how partial that truth really is. Because not all movement heals. And not all stillness harms. Let me tell you what I mean. When you walk, your heart does get stronger, that's true. Your circulation improves, your breathing deepens. But the problem isn't your heart. It's what happens silently to your joints. Imagine this. Two seniors, both in their late 60s. One walks 10,000 steps every day. The other spends 10 minutes daily doing specific surgeon-approved strength movements. After 2 years, who do you think moves more freely? Not the walker. It's the one who learned to train the body's foundation. The muscles that protect every joint. See, walking is repetitive. Step after step after step. Your body absorbs thousands of micro-impacts through the same worn pathways. It's like tapping the same spot on a rock every day. First, nothing happens. But over time, you leave a dent. That's what we see inside the knees, hips, and spines of lifelong walkers. Tiny dents that never get a chance to heal. Now, I don't say this to make you afraid of walking. Walking is a gift. It connects you with life, with nature, with rhythm. But it should be balanced with the kind of movement that builds resilience, not just endurance. I once treated a woman named Eleanor, 71 years old. She told me, "Doctor, I've walked my whole life. Why am I losing my balance now?" Her knees were swollen, her hips stiff, her lower back inflamed. When we tested her muscle strength, it was only half of what it should be for her age. She didn't need to walk more. She needed to rebuild her base. After 3 months of guided resistance training, Eleanor wasn't just walking again. She was dancing. And she said something I'll never forget. "Doctor, I thought walking was keeping me alive. But I see now it was just keeping me moving. This is what makes me feel alive." That's the difference between exercise that maintains you and exercise that transforms you. When you strengthen your body, every walk becomes easier, lighter, freer. Your joints glide instead of grind. Your steps feel confident again. Because longevity isn't about counting miles, it's about preserving motion. And motion comes from strength, not from distance. So if you're someone who walks every day, keep walking, yes. But don't stop there. Add the movements that rebuild what time has taken. Because that's how you truly walk for life. Take a deep breath. And let's keep going step by step toward a stronger you. You see, the most dangerous kind of damage is the one you can't feel, not right away. That's what makes walking after 60 such a tricky subject. Because the pain doesn't start the day you overdo it. It starts quietly, hidden, sometimes years before you even notice. I remember a man named Robert, 74. He came to me saying, "Doctor, I don't understand. I walk 5 miles every morning, and yet my knees hurt more and more." When we looked at his scans, I saw it immediately. Tiny fractures, early arthritis, and worn cartilage that told the whole story. The truth? Robert's pain didn't come from one bad step. It came from a million little ones, all too heavy, all too often, and never balanced by recovery. That's how it happens for most of us. We think, no pain, no problem. But micro-damage builds quietly, like rust on a bridge, invisible, until it's too late. Science calls this microtrauma accumulation. It means every step that slightly jars your knee or twists your spine leaves behind a microscopic scar. Individually, they don't matter. But together, over months and years, they rewrite the story of how your body moves. Your cartilage thins. Your tendons lose elasticity. Your joints start to stiffen. And one morning you wake up realizing something has changed. You walk slower. Your legs feel heavier. Your back feels tighter. You start avoiding stairs without even noticing why. Sound familiar? That's not just aging. That's wear, silent, cumulative wear. And it's completely preventable. If you know what to look for. See, your body speaks before it screams. It whispers through stiffness, slight imbalance, or a faint ache at the end of the day. Those are the early warning lights. Most people ignore them. They push through thinking walking more will somehow fix it. But it doesn't. Deepens the problem. The secret isn't to walk less. It's to walk with awareness. To move with the right muscles supporting each step. To alternate between movement that strengthens, stretches, and restores. Because the human body is designed not just to move, but to heal in motion. So when I tell you walking can hurt your joints, I'm not telling you to stop walking. I'm telling you to stop walking blindly. Start listening. Listen to your knees, your hips, your back. Notice how they feel, how they respond, how they recover. Because pain doesn't appear overnight. It's the body's last language. The one it uses when you've ignored every whisper before it. Robert learned that lesson the hard way. But you don't have to. If you start paying attention today, rebuilding strength, balancing your movements, giving your joints the care they've quietly been asking for, you can rewrite the story of how you age. It's not about walking farther. It's about walking wiser. And that makes all the difference. Now let's talk about the good news. Because even though walking alone isn't enough, there's something even more powerful waiting for you. After decades in the operating room, after seeing thousands of seniors lose mobility unnecessarily, I realize there are only 5 types of movement, just 5, that are scientifically proven to rebuild strength, protect joints, and restore balance. Not hundreds, not dozens. 5. I know it sounds incredible. Surprised me too at first. But the evidence is clear. Harvard, Mayo Clinic, and major orthopedic studies all confirm it. These aren't complicated exercises. You don't need a gym membership or fancy equipment. And they aren't about looking like a young athlete again. They are about keeping your independence, protecting your joints, and preventing falls. I want you to imagine something for a moment. Picture yourself waking up tomorrow morning. Your knees don't ache, your hips glide freely, your back feels light. You bend to tie your shoes without wincing. You stand from a chair without using your hands. You feel confident on uneven sidewalks. That's the potential of these 5 movements. And here's the most important part. Each exercise targets the vulnerabilities that walking alone cannot fix. Your upper body, your core, your balance, your posture, even the small stabilizing muscles in your ankles and feet. They all play a role in keeping you moving safely. Take a patient I treated, Margaret, 68 years old. She came in struggling to open jars, to push her groceries in a cart, to stand up from a chair. We introduced her to these 5 simple, consistent exercises. Within weeks, she told me, "Doctor, I can open a jar effortlessly, and I don't fear falling anymore." That's the magic. It's not about doing more miles. It's about doing the right movements. The ones that strengthen the foundation. Not just the muscles you see in the mirror. And the truth is, once you start, your body responds faster than you might expect. Muscles rebuild. Posture corrects itself. Balance improves. Confidence returns. The revolution in senior fitness isn't walking farther. It's moving smarter. It's giving your body exactly what it needs to thrive. Without pain, without injury, without chasing trends. So, if you've been walking faithfully, don't stop. Just don't rely on walking alone. Instead, I want you to commit to learning these 5 exercises, because when done correctly, they can reverse years of decline, protect your joints, and make every step safer, stronger, and more joyful. And in the next part, we're going to start with the first exercise, the one that strengthens more muscles than walking ever could, and protects your knees in ways you've never imagined. Are you ready? Let's begin. Alright, let's start with the very first exercise. Something simple, safe, and incredibly effective. Wall push-ups. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Push-ups? That's for young athletes, not seniors like me. But that's exactly why this is so underrated. Because the wall push-up works more muscles than walking, protects your joints, and can be done right in your living room. Here's what the science says. The American College of Sports Medicine studied adults over 60 who did modified push-ups 3 times a week. In just 8 weeks, their functional strength improved by 34%, compared to only 7% in those who walked. Without adding resistance training, it's not just your chest and arms, it's your shoulders, triceps, and most importantly, your core stabilizers. The muscles that prevent falls help you get up from a chair and carry groceries safely. Let me walk you through it. Stand about an arm's length from a wall. Place your palms flat at shoulder height, shoulder width apart. Lean forward slowly until your nose nearly touches the wall. Then push back to the starting position, keeping your body in a straight line from head to heels. Here's the key: engage your core, move slowly, and maintain control. As you get stronger, take a step back from the wall. It increases resistance naturally. Studies from the Cleveland Clinic show that maintaining upper body strength after 60 can reduce the risk of rotator cuff injuries by 41%. And those injuries often trigger a cascade of mobility problems if left unaddressed. Let me tell you a story. Margaret, a 68-year-old retired teacher, couldn't open jars anymore. After a month of wall push-ups, she was twisting open lids effortlessly. Her arms felt stronger, her posture improved, and she walked with more confidence. The beauty of this exercise is that it adds resistance safely, while walking primarily works your legs and leaves the upper body to weaken with age. So if you've been walking faithfully but feel weak in your arms or core, wall push-ups are your starting point. Small, safe, and highly effective. Remember, every controlled movement like this builds muscle, balance, and resilience. Far more than miles of walking ever could. Take a deep breath, stand tall, and imagine your arms, shoulders, and core growing stronger with every push. That's the power of the first exercise. And the next one we'll cover is just as life-changing, because it's about the exact movement you do dozens of times every day without thinking. And yet it strengthens your body like nothing else. Alright, now that we've strengthened your upper body with wall push-ups, let's talk about your lower body. Specifically, the muscles you rely on every single day. Your legs, glutes, and core stabilizers. I want you to picture this. You get up from a chair, a toilet, or even a low couch. Do you feel wobbly? Do you need your hands for support? That's not just inconvenience. It's a sign that your leg muscles need rebuilding. Enter the chair squat. The simplest, most functional exercise you can do after 60. Sit at the edge of a sturdy chair. Feet hip-width apart. Toes slightly outward. Cross your arms over your chest to prevent using momentum. Then stand up slowly, pushing through your heels, keeping your spine neutral. And here's the trick. Lower yourself back down over 3 or 4 seconds. That's called eccentric training. And it builds muscle up to 10% more effectively than fast bouncing movements. Studies from the National Institute on Aging show that eccentric training is also easier on your heart, which means even seniors with cardiovascular concerns can safely rebuild strength. I remember Robert, a 71-year-old grandfather. Before chair squats, he struggled to get out of his recliner. 3 months later, he was playing on the floor with his grandkids. He felt stronger, safer, and more confident in every step. Chair squats aren't just about your legs. They engage your glutes, hamstrings, lower back, the muscles you need for standing, walking, climbing stairs, and even keeping balance. And there's more. Improved lower body strength is linked to better brain function, because your blood flows more efficiently to your brain during movement, supporting memory, coordination, and mental clarity. So if you've ever avoided stairs or low chairs because they felt risky, chair squats are your answer. They teach your body to lift and lower safely. They rebuild your foundation. They make daily life easier. Because strength isn't about the gym. It's about living fully. Walking, sitting, standing, reaching, and enjoying each day independently. Take a deep breath. Stand up from your chair. And feel the difference that controlled, mindful movement can make. This is the exercise that keeps you upright, active, and confident. Every single. Now, let's move on to something that often gets ignored. But it's the secret to keeping your spine young. I call it the gentle twist. It's simple. It's graceful, and it can literally help you feel more alive from your neck to your hips. You see, most people think of aging as losing strength, but in truth, aging often begins with losing rotation. When your spine stops twisting freely, blood flow slows, your posture stiffens, and your energy drops. That's why so many older adults say, "I just feel tight all the time." That tightness isn't just in your back. It's in your whole nervous system. Now here's how you bring it back to life. Sit tall in a sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor. Place your hands gently on your shoulders, elbows out. Slowly turn your torso to the right. Not forcing it, just feeling your spine lengthen and rotate. Hold for 2 deep breaths. Then return to center and twist to the left. Move with ease. Breathe deeply. And notice the warmth spreading through your middle back. You're not just twisting your spine. You're reawakening your circulation, your coordination, and your sense of balance. Research from the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy found that seniors who practiced gentle spinal rotations 3 times a week showed a 29% improvement in balance and walking speed compared to those who only stretched their legs. That's huge, because when your spine moves freely, your whole body communicates better, from your brain to your feet. I remember a patient, Daniel, 73 years old. He used to tell me, "Doctor, I feel like my body's locked up. I can't turn my head when I drive." We started with just 2 minutes of gentle twists a day. In 6 weeks, he was turning his head easily again, and even said, "I feel like my body remembered how to breathe." That's what this movement does. It reconnects you to yourself. It's not about stretching far. It's about moving with awareness, breathing with intention, and trusting that even the smallest, softest movement can awaken something deep inside you. So the next time you're sitting at your table, reading or watching TV, try it. A gentle twist to the right, a slow return to center, and a soft twist to the left. Do it like a moving meditation, because every twist nourishes your spine, and every breath brings new life into your body. The gentle twist, a simple movement that keeps your energy flowing, your posture alive, and your body young from the inside out. Now we come to 2 exercises that are truly transformative. The first of these is the resistance band row. Simple, safe, and incredibly powerful for your back and posture. You might notice that many older adults develop a forward hunch. It's not just cosmetic. It actually makes breathing harder, balance worse, and increases your fall risk. Studies from UCLA show seniors with a forward posture are more than 3 times as likely to need help with daily activities and have significantly higher mortality rates. That's where resistance band rows come in. They strengthen the muscles between your shoulder blades, the middle trapezius, and the rear deltoids, the exact muscles that pull your shoulders back and align your spine. Step back from the band until there's tension. Pull slowly toward your ribs, imagining you're trying to squeeze a walnut between your shoulder blades. Hold, then release with control. In just weeks, you'll notice better posture, better breathing, less back pain. I remember George, a 69-year-old accountant. He used to slouch over his desk, shoulders rounded, neck stiff. After 2 months of regular band rows, people started telling him, "George, you look taller, younger." And he felt younger too, confident, upright, alive. And now, for the exercise that changes everything. Tai Chi. Tai Chi isn't just slow-flowing movement. It's a mind-body practice that rewires your brain's motor control, improves balance, and reduces fall risk dramatically. Harvard Medical School followed 1,200 seniors for 5 years. Those practicing Tai Chi 3 times a week reduced their fall risk by 47%. More than strength training, balance work, or walking alone, Tai Chi also improves circulation, bone density, and even cognitive function. The slow, varied movements challenge your coordination, proprioception, and nervous system in ways walking never can. Barbara, 77, had 2 falls before she started Tai Chi. 3 years later, she hasn't fallen once. She moves with grace, confidence, and joy, something she thought she had lost forever. And here's the beauty. Tai Chi requires no equipment. It's adaptable to every fitness level. And the more you practice, the more your body and brain respond. So these 5 exercises, wall push-ups, chair squats, gentle twists, resistance band rows, and Tai Chi, aren't just movements. They're a blueprint for aging with strength, balance, and independence. The old model, walking miles hoping for the best, is over. The new model, targeted, mindful, scientifically proven exercises that rebuild your body from the inside out. Every day you start is a day you reverse decline. Protect your joints, strengthen your muscles, and sharpen your mind, your body, your mobility, your independence. They're all waiting for you. And your future self will thank you for taking this first step today. And there you have it, 5 simple yet powerful exercises that can truly transform how your body moves, feels, and ages. Remember, it's not about walking more miles. It's about moving smarter, building strength, and protecting your joints for years to come. If you found this video helpful, I encourage you to hit the like button. It really helps us reach more people who need this guidance. And don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you won't miss any of our future videos on safe, effective ways to stay strong, flexible, and independent as you age. I'd also love to hear from you. Share in the comments where you're watching from, or tell us which of these exercises you're excited to try first. We read every single comment, and your experience could inspire someone else to take that first step toward a stronger, healthier body. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Take a deep breath, stand tall, and remember, every small mindful movement counts. Here's to moving smarter, living stronger, and enjoying life fully, step by step.